So it's been, a few months since whatever last clip you saw. Got it running. Long story short, inside the clutch there's a synchronization switch. Remember, this is a powder clutch. And anyway, that switch was bad, or not making contact, and it was grounding out the relay box full of transistors and capacitors and making the car slip because it thought it was shifting. So I unhooked the wire. You could drive it like that, a little jerky, but it's fine. Okay, so it's today a balmy 55 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's been colder the past few days, or maybe a week or two, and this car will not shift when it's cold. It's awful, and it's not drivable. Now I switched, I've already done an off-camera 10W30. It made no improvement whatsoever. I think it's up in here. That's a selector. Right there is what moves it, the big can, and the little can is what senses what gear it's in. And we'll attempt to take that off. I need to make a tool, so I haven't made that yet. I want to see what's in here first. Here we go. It should be clean, and it is. So I have to take this cover off just a second. The car was doing fine. It runs well, it stops and starts and all that just fine, like you want it to. But it's the whole, if it doesn't downshift when you need it to, then you get stuck on the side of the road waiting for it to make up its mind, and it's undrivable. So unless I can fix it, a 4-speed it is if I can find one, and switch it all over, because I'd like to drive this car. It's not usable the way it is right now. It was for about a week. It did very good. Put on 200 miles maybe. A little jerky, but overall it was decent. I was driving it around every day, but then, like every Renault, you know, it happens. I feel fairly confident that this is the first and probably only time this will ever be filmed. The inside of an automatic. So, oh wow, that's loose. They're all really loose. Yeah, I think that's part of my oil leak. I'm hoping that selector maybe is just jammed up. You know, maybe it has grease in it, or a seal's leaking internally and it's full of oil, because it's all started off with it was having a hard time finding downshifts from second to first, unless you were at dead stop. And then it progressed to where, okay, it's finding a little bit of a hard time going to third, upshifting. And now then second, and then, you know, it's slowly going bad. You can just tell. You driving those screwy cars, you can tell when one's going wrong. Damn shame. I think it's probably one of the handful of examples of semi-working automatics left in the world. There couldn't be many of these left, and for good reason. If I switch it over, I'll keep everything to give it to the next person down the road. This may end up being one of those things, just because you could doesn't mean you should. You know, fix the automatic. We're in uncharted territory here, because I talked to a gentleman that knows his stuff about these, and he's had these apart, but he's never, other than switch these selector units, just swap one out, just swapping one out for one that works. He's never has played around internally with one to see, hey, you know, can we fix it? Even Renault doesn't have anything on that to say, oh, test it this way and that way and you'll be good to go. Or they knew what they were doing. There is a reason they're not highly thought of in this country. It's because of crap like this. I can't even imagine buying this new and having problems like this. Maybe they didn't, but mine might be just that one. Well, of course not. That's not that exciting, is it? These gears look brand new. As they should. Not much really to see, is it? I mean, those teeth are like brand new. As they should be. Get you in. I'm trying to do this in between the drips. Come on, drip. There you go. It says in the book I need to make a little clamp to hold it in reverse when I move something. Is it that right there? I guess that? I mean, the selectors look good. Everything looks fantastic in there, doesn't it? Alright. Scare the drips. Okay. Well, let me regroup here and I'll set you back up to take off that unit over there and we'll see what we're doing. Okay. Go to neutral. Oh, look at that. Drive. Okay, neutral. That's neat. Reverse. Yeah, that works fine. Neutral. What was that? Okay, drive. Okay, neutral. Reverse. Okay, turn off. I had to make this off camera. This is from the book. I know it's not even. All it is a little bracket to keep this from moving. I know it's pretty crappy. I made it very loose tolerances on purpose because, you know, not making things well. Yeah. So anyway, so in reverse, this thing pops this way. So the goal is we unbolt everything over here. Just a second. And when you have this here blocked, it'll push the whole thing off. That's the theory. And apparently there's a couple other ways to do this. One involves cranking it. You know, let's say your actuator just doesn't work. Mine seems to work. It's just, you know, catching it, you know, going in the gear at speed is the problem now. It'll shift fine when it's sitting, or when it's off, or running, or, you know, whatever. Oh, see, there, that's not too bad. Gotta say. Yeah, that actually fits decent enough. Just crappy enough to work, and that's all we need. You'll notice I carbon arc brazed it. I need to work on that. Okay. That's simple. And I'll pan you left. Let's try to take off this and then a wire over there. I'm hoping just to see a bunch of oil pour out. That means there's a seal bad or something, and then I can fix that. I'm looking for a reason. After taking it off, I don't know what to do. I'm just flying blind. So let's go right here. What is in there? And then a wire. Oh, that's right. I can't take it off until I actually unhook it from the car. Like, get it physically off. Oh, it's a boot. Okay. Just get that up there. Oh, there you go. Okay, some wiring. That's fine. All right, here we go. I'm going to tell my assistant here in just a second to engage reverse, and that should shove this out. I think it's already loose, but that's what the book says to do, so we're going to do it. All the bolts are out. I saved you the trouble. Nothing special. Undo the speedometer cables. Okay, so we're leaving this still hooked up with electricity. We're just going to ground it. That's what the book says to do, so I'm going to do it. So nice ground hole, and who finds something on this? Ugh, it's nasty. Would that be a ground? Okay, that's just to give it power to energize the pop off. It's not going to hurt anything if it doesn't, but I've got gear oil and motor oil everywhere down here. Yeah, you can't maybe see it, but a lot of brass coming out of there. A lot of flake. I mean, it wasn't coming out of here. I don't know, maybe it's something wrong in here. So, all right. Okay, turn on the key. Are you in neutral?
Yes.
Turn on the key. Put it in reverse. Now, when you put it in reverse, be ready to turn it off when I say.
Hold the brake.
Yes.
There you go.
Is it in reverse? Push the damn button. Hold it in.
There.
Okay. All right. Turn it off. You off? It went badly. Oh, why? What's going on here? What did I not do? Did I forget a bolt? Did I forget a bolt? No, I didn't forget a bolt. I believe it's something. Hang on here. It didn't go the way I planned. Does it ever? When does it ever? Damn it all. Okay, turn it on, put it in neutral. Neutral. Reverse. Neutral. Reverse. Okay, turn off. That was wrong here. That's all the bolts. What the hell? What the hell am I missing? I know you're probably seeing this at home. Like, no, don't do it. He's gonna break it. But I don't know. Gotta be careful doing this. It's stuck on the shifter forks. Turn it on, put it in neutral. Reverse. Okay, thank you. There it is. Go to reverse. There it is, there it is. Oh my God, I dropped it. Yeah, turn it off, turn it off. All right, I dropped something out of it. There you go, it was stuck. What did I drop? It was whatever in the hell that is. It's okay. I don't know what that does. So here, oh my God, sorry. This is it. So those little rods right there, the levers, oh man, this thing's pouring everywhere. The little levers right there is what shifts it. Okay. That's it. And in there, one of those, see that? That's a speedometer drive of some sort. It looks good. One of those drives the speedo up front, and the other drives the gear on top. Oh, how do I say it? Drives the governor. Okay, I'm gonna go sit you down right there. If notice I'm on the accelerator cable, I gotta get that off. Where is? Looks like a copper spring. It's just for grounding purposes. I think that's what I dropped. Okay. There. Yeah. Well, this is gonna suck but back together. There it is. Oops, sorry. I apologize for the piss poor camera angles. That's basically it. That spring goes up into that hole on top above this plastic gear. But look how nice that gear is. Look how nice that is. It's like brand new. Whatever problems I'm having, it's not in here. It's up in this monstrosity there. Okay, I'll bring you right back. I'll bring it in on the counter and we'll take a quick peek at it. Maybe not take it apart. So I believe all my problems are coming from this switch. It's in reverse right now, so it's the farthest out. I believe this thing just goes in and out. This little rod. And I'm kind of flying blind here. I think it's hard. It said in the book you can pull on it, but you can't twist it. So we'll go by that. This is all a bit terrifying because I know if I break it, there is no replacing it. But I got nothing now, so got nothing to lose then, right? Is that how that goes? I get this. Here's a pick. This is rubber. Okay, it's just a gasket. Okay. Good shape too. Let's keep it that way. Ooh! Is that a good thing? I'm a little nervous. Did I just kill it? Here we go. Okay. Big reveal. It wants to come out. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Nothing popped though. You heard it. Sorry. There's wires. Okay, let me get a game plan here. I'll bring you right back. Okay, got it out. So, it was just kind of stuck. What it is, it's just a solenoid. Sorry. I'll make this steady as possible here. It contacts right here. That's how it knows what to do. So these are electrical contacts, apparently. I don't know if it'll focus on them, but they're not exactly highly polished. And anyway, this thing felt like it was sticking. And would you believe, you looking at it, brown stuff in between that spring, on the big spring, that's grease. And it gets hard as a brick when it's cold. There you go. So there's nothing wrong with this, thank goodness. Whew. I just got to put it back together. I don't know about the spring here. It doesn't look the best. I didn't bend it. That's how it was. So anyway, it all goes into right here. And then down in here, see all those little tabs? There's your contactors. That's it. I'm not going to touch it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There shouldn't be any grease in that either. But there's something in the solenoid. I have to somehow get this cleaned and or apart and put in a light, barely even in grease. Maybe like a thicker WD-40, something like that, that'll stay. I think that's it. So I took it apart off camera. This is just a solenoid, just whatever you're thinking, you know, it gets energized and it locks back in. So up in here in this black part, which I'm not going to take off, it was never meant to be taken apart. This is a one time only, and then it pops in. You're never getting that apart, not without destroying it. There's a set of point contacts up here, maybe 2 of them. That's where this thing clicks. So anyway, so I was talking about in the cold, this thing does not want to find a gear. Well, this is why. So this tells through the relay box up front, this is your shifter. It tells that to move, or whatever to do next. And this thing, I don't know if you can see it. So there it's pretty, and then here, that's grease. It is petrified grease. Okay. That's straightforward enough, just clean that up. This, on the other hand, I have to figure out how this goes back. It all popped apart on me. Got some washers in here. It acts like a little spring bar. I know this goes over the shaft. It can't be too hard to figure out. But then here, this is the rod that goes in the transmission and moves it. And this as well needs a good connection. It's really strange how all this works. So it does get a connection through this stuff. Not a good design. Here's that other spring bar. This is the one the shifter forks actually touch. Like round out on. You could see there's something. Maybe you can't. Half of it's shiny, half of it's not. That's not grease, it's tarnished. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to attempt to figure this out. This might be hours. I don't know. This part might screw me up real bad. I don't know what to do about that. Didn't break it, but I got to figure out how to put it back together. So, apparently the top pops off. Here's a set of points I was talking about. See that little thin arm? It contacts the bottom terminal, then the top terminal. These are either nickel or silver plated. They're very nice. not pitted at all. They were quite dirty. And there's that solenoid again. So here is the housing of it. So it just goes through there. Very heavy, very well made. So I've got to figure out how to put all this back together, which would be easy, but this part, the rocker, how it hits the spring, don't take a little bit on that. Look at my picture. That's why I always take pictures first. Glad I did too. All right, this is where that whole selector mechanism, so we could tell wherever it is, popped out of. So I've got to play with this a little bit. That'll be later in this video, or come out with a modern adaptation. Something happened. Anyway, so let's take this off. Got it all unbolted. I haven't cracked it off yet. This is the actual part that shifts for you. Now, my guess is when you take this out, these are going to, they're not going to pop off, but you can see they kind of move a little. I've measured them. I used the razor blade as a straight edge. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I measured them so I know how to put them back. I know, you know, I'm not going to energize the motor. I'll maybe clean it, but that's it. So, anyway, okay. I'm a little afraid to do this. There's no books on this other than taking it off the car. So here we go. Oh, that's tight on there. Let me get a hammer. Oh, I'm nervous. I think it's on dowel pins or something. Hang on. Give me a less screwdriver. The screwdriver comes in here. Try very gently. This has been together since 67 or earlier. Yeah. There's no other bolts, right? No other bolts. Oh, this is nerve-wracking. Is it a dowel pin holding me? Because if it's not, I might just stop right there. Oh, there it is. Oh, is that it? Oh, that is just disappointing. Okay. Okay. So there's that. Just move him out of the way. Ah, the beast. Wow, look at that. Huh. I don't even know where to begin in. I don't even know where to begin in there. Oh, there's more contacts though. Okay. We need contact cleaning because we have problems. I'm definitely not going to turn this. Energize it in any way. Can I just open that? Yeah, I can. Okay. Well, you won't really be able to see much in here, but I'm just going to ever so gently clean them up. I don't know if that's my problem or not. I'm grasping straws here. So there's nothing back up in here but the electrical connector. And this all goes down to here. It looks like this turns. I'm not going to touch it because wherever it is, it's where it's supposed to be. Little, oh hell, I'll turn it. Just a little. Nope, that thing is hard as a brick. My goodness, that's stiff. Not going to touch it. Jaeger made in France. Okay. Well, there you go. Ah, there was a little dowel pin right there. So, okay. Not going to touch anything in there other than clean those contacts. All right. It's not burned or anything, but it is stiff as a board. Can I just turn it a little? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, that is so stiff. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to say this, but I'm about to take that out. I think it's hard as a drum. I wonder if that's why. Okay. I'm going to have to mark wherever it goes. I don't think this knows where it goes. It's not, I mean, it just turns a certain amount, however, you know, it gets told. It's not positional, as in like the motor itself knows. It gets controlled by other stuff. But anyway, nice little shaft. This one right here is drive, neutral, and reverse. And when this goes in a certain area, then you get second and third. And that's all done. There's a solenoid like these. Hang on. There you go. That's what you see if you get underneath the car. And this is supposed to draw itself back in and click. So thanks to a wonderful member of the Renault Club USA, I just received 2 free whole actuator assemblies for the R8 R10s. And so here's a spare solenoid out of one of them. It was a part up top, missing pieces up here. And so somebody had a problem before. But anyway, see the little rod? When it sends a signal, oh, hey, you know, I'm in between the gears, it goes bam, like that. Now I'll turn it around. Can you see inside there? Kind of a big black spot in there. It's a rubber diaphragm with a little cone on it. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. The motor goes right here. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to just stick this in there and press at a certain spot. You're not missing anything. Here we go. You see? Yes, you can. Okay. So right now, everything's unengaged. This is just, that should be drive, I believe. Somewhere in there, neutral, then reverse. Okay. So I'm going to stick this detent rod in. And I'm pushing till I feel it click in. Haven't felt it yet. Oh. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm pushing this detent rod, this little plunger. Any sec, there it is. See that? See that click? Now I can move that. And then no matter where I leave it, I believe it'll just hook in, safety-wise. So you only get second and third with the detent pushed. It's hard to do. No wonder the thing's having problems. There you go. See? See that? There's second and third. And when it does that, you see those little cones in there, right in there. Those just ground out the signal. Okay. Here's an actuator. Here's an actuator. I have one more, but that's the good one. So, okay. Whole pile of parts. Here is the motor. So when you take apart that other cover, when you take apart this cover, motor sits in there. You have to drive it out the back, which, great design, Renault. It talks about in the book something about not letting the selector go too far one way or another, because see that little plastic cog? It's just 3 sets of points in there. So anyway, if they go too far, it'll hurt them. There's the motor. Middle of there. That looks okay. So, but it has a brake. So this was pinned on there. I thought it was pinned and screwed on. Nope, just pinned and pressed. It actually has a brake. See that? That's like a clutch material. So look how just filthy everything was in this one. This was to spare. So up in here underneath this, I might already heard of it. Doesn't matter. This looks like, you know, the wiring's already rotten inside of it and everything. You can see the wires off. Up in here is a coil of wire and a magnet. And then when you energize that coil, this is the brake, it does this in a very small way. Something like it. There you go. I mean, this thing This is a spare thing. This thing looks like it's sat outside for a long time. Was it underwater possibly? It's bad. I mean, mine inside looked new. Filthy, but new. So that's grateful. You know, I'm grateful for that. So, wonderful man in the club gave me these. And there you go. So that gear just meshes down in here. So the motor doesn't know where it is. It's just you turn it on. The only thing that knows where it is, yep, just jump. Only thing that knows where it is are those sets of points right there. There you go. Only thing that knows where it is are those sets of points. I'll crank them because this one's no good. See, they go a certain way. Oh, those are, what the hell? Get off my little wires there. See, that's pretty tight. See how they snap? See them moving in there? And you go that way. And then that other one will start to move. See? Okay. Yeah, something's wrong in there. They're not, I don't think they're opening. I can feel it. Something's wrong with that. So I chose the right one to tear apart. Anyway, here's another one just to look at it. This one feels nicer in some way. What is the difference here? Oh. Notice something? This has a plug on it. Mine doesn't have a plug on it. Mine just like this one. Maybe it's a drain to get the water out or fill it full of grease. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Anyway, and then they have these lovely tags that they put the screwiest of retainers on. And nobody reading that. It don't matter. All right, there you go. Thanks for coming.